He lost his fiancée. Idiot. He nearly lost his business to his own nephew.
Didn't think I'd let you get away with it, did you?
Now Jim Proctor is back on the way up.
The reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated.
There is one thing he doesn't know that could shatter his whole life.
Have you told them yet about us?
Joe McFadden, Sarah Lancashire, John Thor.
You won't win.
The Glass. The drama premiere, Sunday at 9 on ITV.
Stay with us on Carlton next this evening for the ITV Weekend News.
What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you, and I don't want to fall in love with you.
Blue from American Express has evolved. Welcome to our next generation of credit card.
This summer, they're coming.
Awesome!
Big ones.
Any ideas?
Little ones.
Snag one for science. I seen this movie. The black dude dies first.
Nasty ones.
Oh! That's like a big loogie!
Evolution.
Who's the man?
You're the man.
No, you're the man.
I'm the man.
Cosmic blue, brown fusion, blonde extreme.
Live from Schwarzkopf. Colors of now with multi-reflective technology. Rich and dynamic. Vibrant permanent color. Experience the color of your life. Live. Unlimited colors. From Schwarzkopf. Professional hair care for you.
For people who are demanding.
Extremely.
The new Wilkinson Sword Extreme 3 triple blade performance. Pivoting head. And after a bunch of great shaves, you just serve up another. The new Extreme 3 from Wilkinson Sword.
Scholl Advanced Foot Care Treatments mean feet that are more appealing to everyone. Scholl, nobody cares more about feet.
Daddy, what's that drumming inside you?
That's my heart.
Why is it drumming then?
Well, that's the sound it makes. See, your heart's really important. That's why I go running. And I watch what I eat, little things like that.
Little things like that?
Well, yes.
Little things like bite-sized shredded wheat made from whole grain could help keep his heart healthy.
Lights out.
Just checking you're still drumming, Dad.
Bite-sized shredded wheat.
There is a world where you see, hear, and feel things like never before. Where design awakens all your senses. This is the world of Samsung, and everyone's invited.
Sometimes, nature's just got to take its course.
Marsh Animal Instincts, the new novel.
Out now, in paperback.
Are
you ready?
Sean
Connery, naturally. One and only James Bond versus
Goldfinger. Classic
Bond.
Classic
Connery.
Seriously cool.
My name is Pussy Galore.
I must be dreaming.
The Connery season.
Goldfinger. Wednesday at 8.
ITV.
This is Carlton. Time now for the latest news.
Bulger killers release. Newspaper faces prosecution. Milosevic set for war crimes trial after Belgrade decree. And Australia's triumph at Lord's marred by crowd trouble.
ITN, the ITV Weekend News with Katie Derham.
Good evening. A newspaper which printed information about the killers of James Bulger is tonight waiting to hear if it'll face legal action. The Manchester Evening News has apparently breached a High Court order protecting the anonymity of John Venables and Robert Thompson. The controversy came as James Bulger's mother joined a new protest against the boy's release. Terry Lloyd reports.
The Justice for James demonstration took to the streets of Liverpool today, with the dead toddler's mother riding up front to emphasise that she nor her campaign will go away, and to decide if a newspaper had already broken the strict court conditions forbidding details of the boy's killers from being published. The Manchester Evening News reported details of where Robert Thompson and John Venables had been held. The newspaper article, which appears to breach the injunction granted here at London's High Court, has now been referred to the Office of the Attorney General. As a matter of urgency, the Attorney General's now considering whether to issue proceedings, but it's unlikely any decision will be made until next week. The court order was imposed to prevent Thompson or Venables from becoming the victims of revenge attacks. The newspaper editor could now face jail for contempt.
The problem is this is so sensitive that any information can form a form of jigsaw that could lead people to identify the new identities of these two defendants.
And this is something clearly the Attorney General would take seriously?
Very seriously indeed.
But other newspapers admit they'll be trying to monitor the boys' movements.
If we got information that perhaps one of them was working as a child care worker or something of that kind, I think we'd do a number of things. Apart from telling the authorities, we would seek to have the injunction varied in the High Court, and we would feel it was our right and our duty to publish that information.
Fears that the boys will be tracked down and attacked were highlighted tonight in one national newspaper, which reported that John Venables' mother believes her son will be killed by vigilantes within 4 weeks. Terry Lloyd, ITN, Central London.
It looks certain tonight that Slobodan Milosevic will be extradited and tried for war crimes. The Yugoslav government has passed a decree allowing their former president to be extradited to the UN tribunal in The Hague. John Draper has the details.
After years as the strongman of Yugoslavia, Slobodan Milosevic is tonight just days away from facing justice at the International War Crimes Tribunal. Milosevic is already behind bars in Belgrade, charged with corruption and theft of public money. His supporters, now dwindling in numbers, gathered there to protest at the decision to send him to The Hague. But the new government decided to bypass Parliament and order a decree to hand him over that could take effect within a few days.
Well, read the decree. It's really the matters of days. That's my impression.
Milosevic was overthrown last autumn after trying to rig the elections, but the new government initially refused to extradite him in case his supporters caused trouble on the streets. But recent TV pictures of mass graves of Kosovans discovered near Belgrade were just the latest revelations that have changed the public mood. But perhaps what really did for Milosevic is the fact that a decision next week on Western aid for Serbia is dependent on him being tried at The Hague. John Draper, ITN.
The parents of a missing teenage girl have made an emotional appeal for her to return home. Danielle Jones was last seen on Monday when she left home to go to school. Essex police are still questioning a man over Danielle's disappearance. Here's Owen Thomas.
Danielle Jones' parents are desperate. She's not been seen for nearly a week. Tonight, they're still waiting for news.
For God's sake, come forward. I'm so desperate to get her back. Danielle, come home.
Danielle, who's from Tilbury in Essex, left home for school on Monday, but she never got there. Essex police have been making house-to-house inquiries.
We know she definitely would not run away. I know that for a fact.
Police at the moment are treating Danielle's disappearance as a missing persons inquiry. They are extremely worried.
There's no explanation as to why she's disappeared, and that's what gives us the concern.
A man is being questioned by police tonight on suspicion of abducting Danielle. The priority, though, for her parents is to find her. Owen Thomas, ITN.
David Trimble's pledged to push for IRA disarmament after being re-elected unopposed as Ulster Unionist leader. But his victory comes against the background of rising tension in Northern Ireland, with extra troops being sent to the province. Mark Webster reports.
Continued tensions on the streets of North Belfast again this evening as the security forces brace themselves for the threat of further trouble. Such is the volatility of the situation that hundreds of extra soldiers are already deployed or are on their way here. Trouble too on the political front. Though David Trimble was re-elected as Ulster Unionist leader, it was only at the price of increasingly strident criticism of his Republican opponents for the fact that the IRA has not disarmed.
The Republicans only move under pressure. They don't do things because they've agreed them. They don't keep their promises.
Mr Trimble left the meeting, adamant he will resign as First Minister of the devolved Ulster Assembly next weekend, unless there is real progress on the arms issue. Continuing political uncertainty and increasing tension on the streets means that the outlook for the Good Friday Agreement is extremely gloomy. The worry is that in the tense period in the run-up to the Orange Marches next month, there could be further street clashes here. With police and army on high alert, the next few weeks will be a severe test for the peace process. Mark Webster, ITN, Belfast.
Motor racing and Michael Schumacher is in pole position for tomorrow's European Grand Prix at the Nürburgring in Germany. In front of an excited home crowd, the reigning world champion took his 7th pole in 9 races for Ferrari, just beating his younger brother Ralph to the finishing line. Cricket. Australia have won the final of the one-day triangular series, beating Pakistan by 9 wickets at Lord's. But their celebrations were cut short after batsman Michael Bevan was hit in the face by a missile thrown from the crowd. Felicity Barr reports.
Michael Bevan rubs his cheek seconds after being hit by a full can of beer thrown from the crowd. As the players retreated indoors, police and fans clashed below, another of the ugly incidents that have marred this series. The Australians received their trophy in the dining room, but Bevan was able to join the celebrations.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been serious. It could have hit him in the eye, could have nose, temple, whatever. It's just pure luck that it hit him in a spot that doesn't appear to be too serious.
Both sets of fans had been in good spirits at the start of the day, despite being thoroughly searched before they entered the ground. And officials at Lord's were delighted with the spectators' behaviour during a one-sided match dominated by the Australians. Their immaculate bowling saw Pakistan dismissed for just 152, an easy target for the Aussies to chase. And they succeeded in style, winning by 9 wickets. Uncomfortable viewing for England as they prepare to take on the tourists. Despite the day ending on a sour note, the Australian team are now in buoyant mood ahead of the forthcoming Ashes. The cricketing authorities are hoping those test matches will be free from the trouble that's overshadowed the one-day tournament. Felicity Barr, ITN Sport, Lords.
That's it from the ITV Weekend News. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, good night.
Gas, electricity and telephone.
Good evening. Well, it's a sunny outlook, plenty of fine and warm weather to come. Today, most places got into the low 20s, but a few missed out. Aberdeen, for example, struggling at just 14 degrees. But temperatures are heading in the right direction, and by the middle of the week, we should be soaring as warm air pumps up from the south. In fact, we'll see temperatures as high as 25, maybe 26 across many places come the middle of next week. Weather-wise, tomorrow most places fine and dry with spells of sunshine. Not everywhere though, there will be a scattering of showers. First thing across Northern Ireland in particular, and they'll become more widespread through Scotland, perhaps northernmost counties of England in the afternoon. Fairly hit and miss, some places escaping, but if you do catch a shower, it could well be quite heavy. But the bulk of England and Wales will be dry and fine with long spells of sunshine, especially in the south. A little bit of sea mist just lurking close to that southwestern coast. Temperatures in the sunshine getting up into the low 20s in most places, 24 or 25 on the cards in the southeast. A reminder of our website, itv-weather.co.uk. Here's tomorrow's summary.
Powergen. Gas, electricity and telephone.
Central Weather, sponsored by Stay Bright Windows and Conservatories. The clear choice in any weather.
Hello again. Well, our region's hotting up tomorrow. Good news if you like the sun. Not so good, though, if you're a hay fever sufferer. Pollen levels are still up through the roof at the moment. Things will be breaking down, though, around Tuesday. But in the meantime, a dry night with mild temperatures. Cloud and sunny spells on the menu for tomorrow morning. A bit cloudier in the northeast with more of the same through the afternoon. As to weather of note, especially sunny across Hereford and Worcester, but maybe a light shower over the Peak District. Very warm. 25 is 77. Bye-bye.
The Central 10-day weather line, 09063 66 60 66.
You've seen our Inch-Loss Island calorie castaways battle with their waistlines with fantastic results.
Just look at this, huh?
Now the experts are back on the scene.
Marvellous.
To give you the full summer shape-up. It's our guide to eating and exercising sensibly. Inch-Loss Beach, GMTV next week.
A teenage romance turns to deadly obsession next in our movie premiere, Fear.
The higher you build your barriers, the taller I become. The farther you take, the faster I will run. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone.
When the world is weighing on you, look around, because I'll be standing beside you. I know what's inside you.
Yes. Okay, very good. Do it, yeah.
Oh, something inside so strong.
For people who are demanding.
Extremely.
The new Wilkinson Sword Extreme 3. Triple blade performance. Pivoting head. And after a bunch of great shaves, you just serve up another. The new Extreme 3 from Wilkinson Sword.
Nice one, guys. Yeah.
All right, good.
Working all night again, Kelly? We must discuss your salary.
Smirnoff Ice, as clear as your conscience.
Get down to the Homebase sale now, where hundreds of products have at least a third off. There's up to a third off all Homebase own brand coloured paint.
Where's it all gonna go?
Details, Leslie.
Like a grain of sand that wants to be a rolling stone. I want to be the man I'm not, and have the things I really.
If you have electricity and gas from British Gas, you could get a discount equivalent to 22 days free electricity a year. Millions come home to electricity from British Gas.
Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. Irresistibly delicious honeyed nuttiness. So tempting, you just have to give in to them. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. The trouble is, they taste too good.
Let's imagine this ball is the internet. You want to play with it, but you've forgotten the time restrictions. However much you like it, too much time on the net could prove expensive. So you can't just use it whenever you want. That's where BT Internet Anytime comes in. For a mere $14.99 a month and no internet call charges, you can surf whenever you like, as often as you like.
European Grand Prix is approaching fast.
But now the battle is really on.
Will Ralf Schumacher race to victory once more?
Ralf Schumacher rejoins the circuit and a roar of approval from the crowd.
Or will Michael Schumacher decide his brother
It's going to be mighty, mighty close.
is getting too big for his boots?
Ralf Schumacher wins the Canadian Grand Prix.
The European Grand Prix, live and exclusive tomorrow, ITV.
Now on Carlton, it's movie time.
The ITV Saturday Movie.
Look, man, the film's about to start. Just move it back. Just go too far. You can reverse and move it forward. Come on, man.
The ITV movie premiere in association with Direct Line.